Today, I really want to create kind of like a vampy look. Today, I'm going to create a look with my Too Faced Appley in Love. I'm going to do a Chatty Get Ready With Me. So, I'm going to put on my face first. Let me go ahead and clip my hair back and we'll get started with the look. Let's see what I can do with this hair. I haven't actually tried to clip it back ever since I got it cut. It's not as long as it was, which is kind of nice. All right. So it's not the best look, but you know, it's fine. I'm just putting on my makeup. Ow, this is pulling. If I can just keep it like secured without it pulling or tugging any of my little hairs that are growing in. All right. That's going to have to work for now. Okay, so I'm using a bunch of my Shop My Stash makeup. I apologize if you hear any background noise today. Well, like this will probably be the final video that I filmed during the summer vacation, like the official summer vacation. My son goes back to school this week, which is both a blessing and a curse. Let me pull out the makeup brushes that I started using already from the last time that I washed my brushes. So I've started keeping my brushes to where they won't be dusty anymore, like even the used ones. So I have a little system going. If you saw my recent Shop My Stash, towards the end of that video, I did walk you through the new layout of each end of my cabinet, like my makeup setup here. Anyways, yesterday I started using these brushes for some of these products. So I'm going to go ahead and just reuse these, and then I'll probably grab from one of my sets of brushes in the drawers. So far, I've only used this setup once because I actually haven't been doing makeup in a little while. I hadn't been feeling very well, unfortunately. And so I just, yeah, anyways, I'm using this full coverage Smashbox foundation brush for this very light coverage type of foundation. It's really like a skin tint. They call it a tinted moisturizer, but I call it like a lightweight foundation because it really does provide a lot more coverage than, you know, a skin tint in my opinion. Anyways, I'm currently using the shade Medium Tan. And I'm using my Shop My Stash makeup. So if you did miss that and you want to see what products I'm using, I'll be sure to link that up here in the eye and down below. Check that out if you want when this video is over. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you today about something that I was thinking about because, you know, I was kind of missing, like, okay, let me back it up. I miss beauty YouTube, okay? Pretty much a lot of my favorite YouTubers, like the slightly bigger channels that I used to watch, have quit. Have quit their channel completely. And, you know, as someone who had kind of also done the same thing in the past, I quit my channel for like 4 years unexpectedly. I didn't mean to leave my channel when I did. And then by the time I was gone for an extended period of time, as much as I wanted to return, my life took a turn and I just really wasn't physically able to until I got better. Because, you know, I didn't leave because of health issues, but I stayed away because of health issues. Anyway, so I was gone from my channel for 4 years. And during that time, you know, apparently a bunch of people had like, something bit me on my ear, and so I just want to not make it so red looking. I don't normally put makeup on my ears. Anyway, during that time, people had been leaving me messages on my channel about, you know, like, where are you? I missed your videos, you know, leaving me questions that I didn't get a chance to reply to and stuff like that because I wasn't even checking YouTube at all. Like, I didn't even ever go to the website again during that time. I was just like so ill. Anyway, this video isn't going to be about me when I left my channel. This video, I really want to talk to you about, I just kind of want to talk to you about how, like, when somebody that you watch often on their channel who does like a lot of uploads on the regular. Okay, let me decide what brushes am I going to use today. Since I am going to be creating a look with my Appley in Love, I feel like it'll be a lot of fun to use my red Smashbox brushes today with my Appley in Love. All right, so maybe that's a thumbnail. Maybe this one is, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till the look is done to create a thumbnail. Anyhow, okay, so I'm gonna pull these in to use. I might need more brushes in a minute, but then maybe I'll use one of my deep barrier shades from e.l.f. We'll just see how the look turns out first, because I'm not actually planning on using a lot of the red shades in that palette, but I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, yeah, so I've just, this Chatty Get Ready With Me is stemming from, I was just like sitting around looking for videos to watch because, okay, so where I live in the country, I don't get good internet, and I don't get like cable either. And I don't want to use satellite because I have my reasons. That could be a video in itself. So some other time we could talk about that, but I don't want to use satellite. And so that leaves me with not much. That leaves me with basically YouTube. And I mean, I don't really like watching TV anyways. Ever since I got on set and became an actress, like behind the scenes, I don't enjoy TV. I just can't get into it because I see it like all broken down into components, as opposed to, you know, the fourth wall is broken for me, you know, is what I'm saying. But anyway, I really miss a lot of the channels that I used to watch. Some of them quit because like their reason for YouTube was no longer necessary, and others quit for, you know, life catastrophes that happened, such as like for me. And then other people quit because of their health. And some of the channels, actually, the YouTuber passed away. Like, not really, I guess it kind of was unexpectedly, but not really for one of them. But for others, like they've passed away, and so they'd like leave their channel, obviously. And it's just like over the last 3 years, well, really, I've been watching YouTube, beauty YouTube, since like 2020. So over the last 4 years, I feel like between YouTubers leaving the scene and just like the change in atmosphere, I feel like I just don't really have anybody to watch anymore. And some of the channels that I used to enjoy, like back in 2020 and 21 and even 22, I stopped watching in 23. And, you know, that whole list is basically like everybody that was at everybody that attends the Creators and Friends events, like especially the first 2 to 3 rounds, the first two of those, like it just, that left a really bad taste in my mouth for whatever reasons. I mean, like I have my reasons, but I'm not going to get into that today. And I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people didn't really, like that didn't vibe well with a lot of people. The only people that it did seem to vibe well with are the ones that like kiss. How did I get a hair in there? Ew. It's a dog hair, I'm sure. Anyway, are the ones that like kiss butt, hoping that they're going to become like a quote unquote friend when you're really just like paying your way to go and see them. Anyways, I don't know. Don't get me started on that. Anyhow, I'm going to give this Smashbox concealer brush another chance because as popular as it is with most people, even like a couple of my Food friends on like online, my online Food friends, they seem to really like this brush. And maybe it would be better for like spot concealing, not under my eye. So yeah, I think this is going to be a spot concealer brush for sure. Anyhow, here it is. This is the one that I was using for under my eye yesterday. I am using a lightweight coverage foundation today, that Wet n Wild tinted moisturizer. And so I really like how this Say Beauty pairs with it, because even though The Say Beauty has a lot more coverage. It's not like super, super thick full coverage. It is like a lightweight creamy formula, and it just dries down and kind of like sets itself so lovely. And I'm trying to get it out of the corner of my eyes. Anyway, and looks so like skin-like that I just really like the way that it looks, especially with this particular foundation. All right, I think that looks pretty good. It might be pretty brightening on camera, but it looks pretty good from here. And I wish I hadn't already changed into my clothes that I was going to wear, because now I can't wipe my hands on my clothing. So let me get something to wipe my hands. Okay, so yeah, so one of the channels that I really, really loved so much, like she put so much effort into not only her editing, but just like her content and, you know, like her script, but she delivered it without feeling like it was scripted. I can't really remember her name. I can't really remember her name because I'm terrible with names, but she was like going to medical school or whatever. I almost said law school because that's where I used to want to go. I've also decided that although I like the way a puff sets the face really, really nicely, I think I prefer a powder brush in general, because the puff just makes like my under eye and everything look so cakey. So I'm going to go back to using like powder brushes for my concealer. So this drawer here is like my random brands that I really enjoy the brushes from. And let me know if you would like for me to do go in and do a deep dive on all of my brushes, just kind of like a quick overview talking about all of them, because I've been thinking about doing that lately. Anyways, these are the two brushes that I'm going to set my face with today. I'm going to use this Sigma brush that I believe is supposed to be like a concealer kabuki type of brush. Oops, I used that on the wrong powder. Okay, well, I'm using Not Peach out here because I accidentally went into the pound cake first because it's bigger and easier to see. But here under my eyes, I do want to use the peach pie. I have the Mini Huda in peach pie, so I want to use that under my eyes. I think I'm going to give the puffs a bit of a break for right now. I mean, I kind of like them for the cheeks, but under the eyes, I don't. Okay. So I have my dogs in the other room today. Let me know if you missed the snoring in the background. Because I know they wish they were in here with me. Anyways, I'm using this from like the Natural Luxe collection or something that came out. This powder brush from Real Techniques. I absolutely love this brush so much. It kind of makes me wish that I would have picked up the eye brush set to check out that was in this line, because I really love this brush so much. Anyway, I have a lot of Real Technique brushes that I truly love, but none of them are the traditional, like, standard ones that you find everywhere every day. The ones that I really love from Real Techniques usually end up being like limited edition sets. So it's kind of funny that I have stopped buying limited edition sets from Real Techniques, but really it's just because I just had so many brushes and I just didn't need any more synthetic brushes. Or my dogs, they're gonna run outside now. Or you know, like I just didn't want to keep buying more and more brushes because I have a ton of brushes that I hadn't even used at the time when that collection came out. So anyways, I've been making a concerted effort of using my brushes, and that's kind of why, like, I want to go and, like, I'm going to do a series on the other brush brands that I haven't gone over yet. So yeah, I'm probably going to be doing a series on my brushes, like within the next few weeks. All right, so I lightly set my face. I don't feel like it's super set. Yeah, and I'm going to use my bronzer next, but I've decided that, is this number 1? Yeah, pretty sure the first shade that I got, number 2, I got it when it first released. I'm pretty sure that it is expired now because I broke out the last time that I used it. And It still smells nice. Hold on. What was I smelling the other day? It might have been something else because I was doing a lot of expired makeup. And yeah, this still smells nice. I'm going to try it. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully I won't regret that. But first, I'm going to start off with the shade number 1. I'm going to use the lighter shade since I do have it. And it's too light for me as a bronzer right now for my preference because I really like a really bronzed look. I'm going to go ahead and use this for kind of like contouring a little bit just here. I like the way that looks. It just gives me like a little bit of cheek on my very, very round face and just like chisels out a little bit of detail. It's hard to see on this side right now because the light is shining right there, and over here I do have a shadow, but I feel like I did make them pretty even. Let me know what you think. So that's the first shade, and that's pretty much all. Well, I guess I could also do that on the lower chin because it is more of like a cool tone shade, a little bit more like a shadow than the first shade is. So let me just put a little bit there. And I'll blend it out with the other brush in a minute. Okay. I don't like to put anything down on my neck because I want to keep my neck looking as young as possible, and putting makeup on it and then scrubbing it clean, like that don't sound good to me. Anyhow, but you do you if you like to do that. Okay, so this is the shade number 2. So back to what I was saying, one of my favorite YouTubers, like of all time, she quit so that because like she finished, am I going to use this one or this one? Yeah, I want to do not so full of a coverage, but I really like this one for foundation. So maybe I should save it. Yeah, I'm going to do the angled one that's like a foundation brush for more coverage, and because I like the angle of it for bronzer. I've never tried this with my cream bronzer, so if I come out looking like really bronzed, we'll have to work on that. But anyway, she quit her channel because she had finished med school and she no longer had the time to film and edit anymore, which it was amazing the kind of level of filming and editing that she was able to accomplish while she was going through med school. But also, like, she was young and didn't have kids and stuff, you know, and wasn't already working in her career. So of course that's gonna like free up a lot of time. Anyhow, she like quit her channel because she had to start doing, you know, like, I think it's called clinicals or whatever. And then she like went into practice, I guess. And so, yeah, I kind of miss her content the most. But there was somebody else from like a way long time ago, back when I used to do luxury videos. And she actually wasn't a luxury YouTuber, but I did enjoy her content. She was just like somebody that posted every single day. And I really enjoyed it. If I remember her name correctly, I think it was like Joby or something like that. Anyways, yeah, she started to have a problem with like how popular and big she was, just because, like, I don't know, she was still very young, and that's got to be really tough, you know what I mean? And so anyhow, yeah, fame and notoriety isn't all that it's cracked up to be. That most people don't realize that until like they experience it themselves. So anyhow, you know, when she went away, she was like the first YouTuber that went away that made me kind of sad that she was gone. But that was a super long time ago. And then I'm just going to just top it off with my Sephora bronzer. This one isn't in my Shop My Stash, but I pulled it anyways because I just can't help myself. I love it. And I like did one makeup look without it. And I was like, no, girl, I love this. Went a little bit too low, but now I'm going to make them match, which is fine. I absolutely love this brush for bronzer so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tell me I'm not bronzed to the gods. I am going to tone it down with some powder. So anyways, I brought up this topic because like a couple months ago, I found out that another YouTuber that I didn't actually watch very much because her intro line really annoyed me so much. Like the very first thing that she said was like, I'll quit watching somebody if their intro is so annoying that I can't even get past it. Like I won't even skip it, because if it's the first thing that pops up the second that the video starts playing and I hear their intro and I can't skip it, it's going to be too much for me. And so like her tagline was, happy video day, guys. And that just annoyed me so much for whatever reason. I feel bad now that it did because she passed away. But, you know, I can't help how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, it's just, I understand life happens and YouTubers go away and stuff. Like, I get that. And especially, like, as somebody who was, like, a small YouTuber or whatever, but I was getting major views back then. You know what I mean? Like, thousands and thousands and thousands of views on videos at that time for my Louis Vuitton videos, you know, and YouTube was just a different world back then. So it just wasn't so saturated. It was a lot easier to get a ton of views. Plus, I wasn't in beauty at all. So I feel like beauty is hard to get views in general, and especially for somebody like me who's more like real and not like a facade or whatever. Anyhow, I digress. I'm going to use my new Becca highlighter, my new little throwback product. Yeah, so I need a highlighter brush here. Like, this is an example of one of my favorite Real Techniques limited edition brushes. This is from that like rose gold set. It also came with like this little concealer thing, but I like it for eye base. Anyway, I'm gonna use the highlighter brush with this little Becca highlighter. Yeah, so it's just like weird when, like, as a YouTuber, like as a viewer, when a YouTuber that you watch, especially somebody who like uploads so frequently, like some of these other channels that I'm talking about used to, when somebody uploads that much and then suddenly they're just like gone from your feed. I know that sounds so selfish. Like they're a person. They're more than just somebody providing content. Like, I get that, but I'm just saying, as the viewer who like looks forward to seeing people pop up in their feed, especially people who upload often, like, it's just really hard to not miss them and their content once you know that they're not coming back. Like, either for the purposes of they're no longer capable of returning because maybe they're not alive or something, but, or also like if they just quit for other reasons. For example, there's like somebody that used to upload literally almost daily. And then when she went down to 4 videos per week, I was super bummed out about that because at that time I was bedridden. And so I really, really relied on my daily uploaders for me to have something to look forward to do and just to look forward to being alive for. At that time, it was really rough when I went through that like health issue. I might get into that like in a specific video, deep diving into that one day. I keep threatening to do that, but I also keep checking out. It's because it's a lot. Anyway, so I might also, just for the fun of it, okay, and just for the sake of getting some more use out of it, I'm going to top this Becca highlighter. Like, this is what the highlight is looking like so far. I do think it looks really beautiful, but just for the sake of adding some of this, because this is more like rosy and I'm going to be doing kind of like a reddish look, I just want to add a little bit more of a pinky hue and get a little bit more use from my Pat McGrath highlighter. Okay, so I'm glowing to the gods now. Let me just blend it in a little bit. All right, so now that my face is done, I'm going to get into the eyeshadow palette. But like somebody else, obviously, like one of the biggest YouTubers that that most of us probably know and miss and used to watch, or at least knew of and had seen maybe a video of, is of course Mel Thompson. I was devastated, as many were, when she passed away. But especially because like I was experiencing a lot of similar health issues, and not exactly, but similar. And like it just made, I was also facing my own mortality at that time. And so like it was just really hard on me, not only because of her loss, but because of how it made me correlate life and death with my own timeline. And at that time, like I, you know, was completely living in sin. Like I was just not, my my spirituality leaned more towards the darkness at that time in life. And so it just would have been really bad for me to pass away then, obviously. But anyhow, again, this video isn't about me. So, yeah, there's this one YouTuber though, who she used to upload every single day. This is the one that I was talking about. She used to upload every single day. And, you know, like I feel like I kind of watched her grow up through her like mid-20s to late 20s. And, you know, she ended up getting married and buying a house. But like she isn't one of those YouTubers that was making tons of money. Like she was on the struggle bus a lot of the time in her, like most of her life. And I believe she still is. And I'm not saying that like as any kind of a judgment or anything. Like we all struggle. We all go through it. We've all been through it. We all know it probably, you know, most of us. Some people are privileged and like never experience that kind of a financial struggle and don't really know what it's like, but most of us do know. So anyways, I'm just saying she wasn't one of those YouTubers that even though she uploaded a lot, she wasn't like making mega money, okay? And so anyhow, as her channel views started to dwindle more and more, she kind of like gave up on the hope of her channel being her full-time job. And especially after she like bought a house, like she moved to Florida and bought a house. And then like one catastrophe after another happened, and I'm not going to recount her story or whatever. If you watch her, you probably already know, but I just primed my eyes with my MAC paint pot. I am ready to get into this Too Faced Appley in Love eyeshadow palette. Today, I really want to create kind of like a vampy look, and I want to definitely check out this like burgundy shade here, this really beautiful, like, I want to definitely check out, okay, hold on, let me hold it to where my arm doesn't look weird. I want to check out this really beautiful plummy shade here, and I'm not sure what other colors I'm going to play with, but I'm just going to kind of get into it and see what happens. So anyway, yeah, so like a lot of things kind of happened to where she stopped making content, and I really miss her content like the most, just because she was just like so real, and like maybe she scripted her stuff a little bit, but she was just like so real. I'm starting off with this really dark shade here in the outer corner, and let me just tap it out real quick and make sure that I don't have any creases, because I don't want to set any creases. All right, and I'm not sure, I don't know what kind of shape I'm gonna do, but I know that I want it to be like really focused on this dark shade. I might even do a halo eye, I think. Maybe not though. Anyhow, so yeah, she stopped making content because like a catastrophe happened and she lost a lot of her like videos that she was in the process of working on. And some other things, you know, were happening too. And like, it just all culminated to where she kind of was like, hey, I'm going to have to like pivot in life. And she ended up getting like a real job, going to college and, you know, kind of giving up on the YouTuber dream, right? Because YouTubing is hard, and especially like with the current trend of like, I don't know, most people aren't really into long form content anymore. And so although a lot of us still are, myself included, apparently there's just not enough people watching enough videos enough of the time and watching all the way through to be able to help most YouTubers like maintain the money that they were making when they were small channels, you know? And so anyway, I really miss her content, and I was rewatching one of her super old Chatty Get Ready With Me's, and it just made me remember like a slew of YouTubers that I really miss seeing their content from. And, you know, like I checked on Instagram and saw that she, you know, she is still alive and well, and you know, she's doing her thing and thriving elsewhere. She's just, you know, not putting energy into her channel anymore, which I get that. I understand. Sometimes you have to pivot in life, whether it be by choice or like it's just kind of like a, you got to save yourself in that moment, kind of like mental stuff you've got going on, like frustrations or whatever with the channel or other parts of your life that interfere with it and make it hard to create content or just like take up your time or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I was just really, really missing her channel, and it just got me to thinking about a lot of the other YouTubers that I miss their content so much. Okay, I'm going to now go into some of these pinky shades that I have not played with at all. Actually, yeah, I don't think I am going to do a halo eye. I don't know what kind of a look I'm doing yet, but we'll see it come together, I'm sure. I'm going to go into this really pretty, like, mauve pink shade up here. I'm loading up my brush because I think I'm going to just take it up here and finish out the crease with this pretty pink shade here. So yeah, it doesn't look like I'm doing a halo eye now. Anyhow, yeah, and it just made me feel so bad, like rewatching some of her videos where like you can see like the realization now in hindsight, now that I know more of what was happening at that time, because she like created another Chatty Get Ready With Me after that particular video. But that was like the pivotal point where, because she lost a lot of her content that she was in the works on, and like we're talking like tons and tons of videos that she had been working on for a year-long process of putting all these clips together for like a time-lapse type of video of projects she was doing. And it just like really derailed her and like zapped her motivation to continue to try to save her channel, because she had been kind of complaining for a while that her channel was going down. And it just like, as a viewer, I know we don't really want to hear about that, but also like it just made me realize that, you know, we get kind of like hooked on these channels that we enjoy watching. I'm going in with this really pretty pink shade next. We get kind of hooked to these channels that we start watching, and I feel like we get emotionally invested. And when people end up going away from their channel, you know, either without an explanation or whatever, even with an explanation, you know, because like that one who went to start being a doctor, like she did make a goodbye video and like a thank you for everything and, you know, until we meet again type of a thing, which made me cry watching that video, I'm not gonna lie. But although some people do like have their exit videos made and like say goodbye, most of the time channels just kind of go away without really much of an explanation, and it just makes it so sad, like for me as a viewer personally, but especially like having been through it myself. And you know, when I came back to my channel, I had no intention to come back to my channel. I hadn't been planning it. I had not been thinking about it anymore or whatever. And I had missed it like the whole time, but like it wasn't like something that I was planning to do. And I just kind of did come back one day when I had the ability to. And I was kind of scared because like I still had my audience, but like I wasn't going to be doing the same kind of content. And I did lose a lot of people, but the people that like really cared about me, and although they found me because of like my Louis Vuitton content or whatever, some of those people and I really became friends, I feel like, on Instagram at that time, back when I had my handbag Instagram. Because, you know, that I got really big into that world. I mean, like, you know, I couldn't walk into a Louis Vuitton store anywhere in the nation that I had visited at so far without all of the employees knowing me and having watched all my videos and like treating me kind of like a star. And then like when I would be inside these stores, some of the people that were shopping there that would like have been viewers, and they would walk up to me and be like, "Hey, are you Michelle? Do you have a YouTube channel?" And I'd be like, "Oh my God, yes, I do." I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes I do. Back then I was blasphemous, so I wouldn't have said oh my gosh. But okay, so far I've got like that berry at the top of the crease, the plum here on the outer corner, and a really pretty pink, like, it's almost got a little bit of a duochrome effect. Like, it is really pink, but it also has like a little bit of a pink to orange shift. I hope you can see that at all. I'm going to go ahead now and go in with some glitter glue because I just, hold on. What shade am I going to do there? I really did want to do the green, but I think I'm going to put it over the pink. So I should have used a shader. I didn't mean to like do, is this my MAC shader? Why is my MAC shader with my Fude? That was a mistake. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and bring this same pretty pink shade all across the lid just because, you know, why not? And then I'm going to just top it off with a little bit of one of these other shades for a little bit of like a pretty glimmer of something. Okay. Next, I'm going to go into, I haven't used this really pretty, like, bright shade here under the green. So I'm going to tap that on the inner part of the eyelid, and let's just see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and spray it instead of using glitter glue. I'm just going to spray it and see how that goes on. So I'm going to spray that with my MAC Fix Plus. And then, and just put that like right there for a little bit of brightness up into that pink. I'm not sure if that really did anything other than kill the pink a little bit, but it did brighten up my eye. I'm not going to use the same brush in there though, because, well, yeah, I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to turn it over to the other side and do that to this other eye here. Anyway, I don't know. Now that I'm like on the receiving end of so many of the YouTubers that I loved, like going away from their channel, and I know how bad it feels like as an audience member, it makes me just feel really bad for having disappeared from the people that used to watch me and that would look forward to my uploads and stuff, because I didn't even have a goodbye video or anything. And when I, hold on. And when I came, like, I didn't have a goodbye video or anything. I just kind of like left and never looked back, sadly. Well, I'm not really never, it's just, it took a long time. Okay, so next, I feel like that didn't really add enough va-va-voom contrast with that pale pink, and it kind of like toned down that pink. So I'm gonna now just top it with, let's just see, since it has a little bit of a goldy shift and I haven't used this gold yet. Ooh, this feels a little bit, this gold here that I haven't used, I'm going to top it off here in the middle of my lid. It feels a little bit like dry, but let's just see what happens. I feel like all I'm doing is killing that pink duochrome shade that I had, so I should have just left well enough alone. But, all right. I don't know. It's okay. Now I need to do some blending, that's for sure. Let me just blend out, hold on, not that brush. Since I'm doing a super, super pink look, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to blend out my top edge now with this shade here. It might have been nice to use that one, but since I'm doing a super, super pink look, I might as well just like keep it going. I'm just going to tap that out here. But yeah, anyway, so I just was wondering, like, do you have YouTubers that disappeared, like, not so much for health reasons and like maybe passed away or whatever, but I mean like that have up and quit their channel just because like YouTube isn't what it used to be anymore? Like, some of them were small channels that I really enjoyed too, and they just like moved over to TikTok, and like I get that, but like I'm never going to be on TikTok. I don't care if all the social media apps die except for TikTok. I'm never going to be on TikTok. I'm never going to do that. It's just not my jam, and I don't really understand the lure of it, but whatever. To each their own. So, yeah, I don't know. It just makes me miss. I just really miss how YouTube used to be more fun to watch. You know, people used to like just be here for the fun of the makeup, and now everybody's like trying to get a sponsorship. Everybody wants to get a palette collab. Everybody wants affiliate codes from indie brands. Everybody's like kissing brands butts. Everybody's like kissing brands butts, just trying to get on the PR list, and it's just like, it's just not my vibe. I just don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that kind of content, and I don't tend to enjoy people's content that, you know, do that. Anyway, you know, like, I get it. Do your thing, you know, if that's what you're about. But it's just, I miss, like, when the channels, like, when these people start off and they're smaller channels and they're just doing it for the fun. And to me, that's when they're fun to watch. But, like, once they start changing and like their subscriber count gets bigger, or like they make friends with a channel that is larger and they start getting shout outs, and then they start growing, like they just like forget who they were, and it's just like, I don't know, I don't like it. But whatever, that's just human nature, I guess, for a lot of people. So I'm just using this like red shimmer shade that I accidentally carved a spot in with my nail when I was trying to film swatches for a short for someone. That's why I don't like to swatch my palettes. I end up messing them up. Anyway, I'm just trying to like blend out that blemish in the pan and focus on that side. So I know most people don't really like to do a red lower lash line, but I just want to see, like, you know, how I can pull the look together. Okay, so I'm going to blend that back into the dark edge here. Yeah, so anyways, I just, like, I feel like if anything ever happens, I'm going to leave a directive for someone to come onto my channel and at least let my audience know, because now that I've experienced YouTubers just like disappearing on their channel and the audience just like left wondering and reeling, like, I feel bad for having done that. Like, I didn't mean to do that in the past, obviously, but like, I feel bad that I did that to my audience that, you know, I cared about and, you know, cared about me. So I'm going to just not let that happen again if anything ever happens. Hopefully somebody would just like come on and leave a message for me. But anyways, here's this dark brown here. I'm going to just smoke out the outer edge a little bit because I feel like this purple isn't quite dark enough for me. And I just do want it to get a little bit darker and smokier here on the corner. I should have used a better pencil because this brush is so pokey. I like it for some things, but not for delicate eye area. Okay, and it's a little bit too fat. I kind of ruined the bottom corner, but now I got to ruin this other side and make them match. All right, that is just too scratchy. I got to get a better brush. Dude, all my brushes are dirty. Okay, I'm going to have to use this big fat pencil that's from Rephr, but it is at least a lot softer. Yeah, I feel like adding a little bit of that brown into that red bottom does kind of help it being so like bunny rabbit eyes. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more interesting. All right, so I'm not really sure if I like the way this look turned out, but I'm going to stop for here. I'm going to stop here for right now. I'm not sure if I'm digging this look so far, but I'm going to stop here for now and add some finishing touches. Or I'll walk you through what I did to save the look. All right. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Burgundy eyeliner to line my lower lashes. I don't think that you can tell that I did that, but it makes me feel good to get some use out of it. I'm going to use my white shadow stick from About Face to just highlight down here a little bit. Yeah, anyways. I mean, like, maybe some people don't even care when YouTubers go away, but, like, I miss them, you know? I get into watching someone and I'm a creature of habit. So, like, I usually will watch a channel until they do something that makes me mad, you know, that, like, doesn't sit right with me or whatever. And then I'll just be like, yeah, no, girl, I'm done. And yeah, sometimes I'll quit a channel because, like, they start getting injections in their face and I can't look at someone with all these weird fake additions into their face. Filler, lip filler, all of that. Like, it's just, even sometimes I can go with a little bit of, like, I can deal with somebody having a little bit of Botox if they don't overdo it and make themselves look so fake. But, like, once somebody starts jacking with injections and fillers, I don't know. I can't get down with watching somebody like that anymore. It's just so weird to me to think, wow, you literally go to someone and pay them money, hundreds of dollars, to stick a needle in your face and do crap to you that you think makes you look better, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Not even Botox. Like, people with Botox, their forehead looks so heavy. It looks like a solid block that doesn't move or whatever. And the rest of their face moves normally. And it's just so weird to me. Like, I don't understand people. Anyways, I didn't mean to get off on that tangent. Next, I'm going to use the, you know, I haven't done a black waterline in a while. I'm going to go ahead and just amp up this look with a smoky black waterline. And so, like, even though I am totally here for the rest of the summer, I am not wishing it away like a lot of people do. I do feel like this is a very fall vibes kind of a look that I've got working here so far. Anyhow, okay, I'm going to do a wing. I feel like I haven't really done a good, like, big wing in a while, so I'm going to kind of do one today. And I'm pretty bold to try to do this without an enlarged mirror in front of me because I truly cannot see very well. I'm just kind of going by memory of where I remember I used to feel the line when I could see. Oops, I just did a dot out of nowhere in the middle of nowhere. Did you see that? Oh my God. Now I gotta make a big thick line to play it off. That's fine. Wouldn't be the first time. What I love about this KVD tattoo liner is that it is so precise and you can, like, get right into the lash line to, like, tight line without having to go underneath. Ooh, look at that beautiful wing. Oh God, am I going to ruin it? I felt like that edge needed a little bit more of a point, and the other side sticks out a lot more. Okay. So that's the KVD tattoo liner. I absolutely love that liquid liner. It is by far the best liquid liner I've ever used in my life. And I've been using liquid liner since it was invented, literally. Okay, So next I'm going to curl my lashes. You know, it looks like these that make me think maybe I should try to wear false lashes, but I just can't imagine that I would be able to pull that off really well. I'm sorry if you can hear that the AC just turned on. It's like it's working its way up to 100 degrees out, so I can't really turn it down because my dogs will overheat in the other room. Ouch, I just pinched myself because again, I don't have an enlarged mirror where I can see where I'm grabbing. Anyhow, I've been like kind of curious. I'm gonna go in with these two mascaras today. I'm gonna start off first with the Give Beauty, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more of the length with the Fireworks. Anyway, I've been getting more and more, not really like curious to where I wanna do it, but I've just been like watching people actually put on their lashes in videos lately, whereas before I would always forward it and like X out of the look because I don't like the way lashes look, you know? I don't like the way they look on a look typically, but I don't know. There's this one chick, the one that I was rewatching her videos, and she quit because of like, you know, her computer malfunctioned, and she kind of like, you know, the one that I was talking to you about. Anyway, the one that moved to Florida. Anyhow, she is the one person who wears false lashes with her looks that I think they actually look really cool. Everybody else's lashes, I just think they look weird on them. I don't know, except for the people that do like kind of natural false lashes. But then I'm just like, why don't you just wear a good mascara, man? You know, and if you have weak lashes, what you need to do is be taking a daily mineral supplement. I recommend the Mega Foods because that will nourish your body to regrow your lashes the way they should be. That's what I did after I lost all my lashes from wearing lash extensions for 3 years back when I was working on the show Dallas for 3 years, all 3 seasons. Anyway, yeah, and I didn't actually get the lashes because of that. It was just during that time, I had a friend who was going to lash school. She was like doing a midlife makeover, starting a different career path, and she stopped doing like accounting or whatever and taxes, and she followed her dream to go into beauty. And so anyways, she had gone to lash school and she needed somebody to practice on, and so I got lash extensions for free for 3 years. And you know, anytime somebody would ask me where I got my lashes done, of course I would direct them to her. And because I was on TV at that time, she would be like showing people, hey, I do her lashes on the show. It was so funny. And so that like helped her grow her business. Anyway, yeah, so I've been like kind of curious about maybe trying to put on a pair of false lashes, but I just can't imagine that I would be very good at it because I'm just like so clumsy and I can't see very well anymore. Plus, I feel like the weight of something on my eyelids would just be too much for me because I really hate the feeling of things being on me. Which is why I struggle wearing jewelry a lot of the time. Anyway, okay, so here is the eye look. Now I need to pick a lip, and I feel like I really want a vampy lip. So I'm gonna choose one from e.l.f. Hold on. Okay, here is, where's the other one that I pulled into my Shop My Stash? So that's this one. I've used these 2 colors right here so far from the like 6 that I picked up. And honestly, I feel like this one could look really nice with this eye look because it's like really burgundy. Or I could do a pop of red to kind of bring out the little hint of red in the lower lash line and to kind of go with my shirt. But I kind of like not wearing an actual red when I have red clothing on. I like doing more of like the vampy red just so it's not so matchy, matchy, matchy everywhere. And if I was wearing like a burgundy shirt, maybe a red lip would look really pretty with that. But I think I'm gonna do this shade here. So I'm excited to check this one out. Here is the shade name of this lipstick. I hope that you can see what that says. But I think I also got a lip liner to match with it. Yes, I did. So This is going to be my lip combo. The name of the lip liner is here at the bottom, and I don't know it. So here is the name of the lip liner that I'm going to wear with this lipstick. So this is going to be my lip combo for the day. And I kind of feel like this is a little bit more of a muted tone than what this pencil looks like, but let's just see how they turn out together. I really was surprised by how nice these e.l.f. lip liners are. Ooh, that lid was really loose. Large mirror, where is it? I don't even have it nearby. Okay, here we go. It is a really sharp pencil right now, so it should be easy. Got a little out of the line right there. It's hard to talk. I can't talk while I'm doing my lips, okay? I hope you understand. Might have should have wiped off more of the lip balm underneath so that it would be a little bit more of a drier surface and not bleed a little bit, but let's just hope I can save it with the actual lipstick. And I don't want to destroy this package just so that I can have it lined up behind the actual lipstick like I do with the others, so I can know which shade is there without having to open up the package. And I don't like to store my lipsticks upside down. I don't like to store my lipsticks upside down because I'm like afraid that the bullet is going to break off that way. So I usually would just like store them in the same order in my lip holder so that I know which color it is when I reach for it. But in this case, the little package fits so nicely there that I think that, you know, that looks so cute that way. Oh, okay. So this looks a lot more red than I thought. Let's just see how it looks. Should I take a picture of this? So this is where this lipstick is starting off. This is going to be the lip color of the day. Let's see how it goes on. I love this bullet formula. It's amazing. Like, it truly rivals high-end. I do not like the Milani lipsticks. They are so overrated. Those things dried my lips out so bad that they made them cut open, which is crazy to me. Anyway, okay, let me just fix my line a little. Okay. So there's the lip. Let me know what you think of that lip combo. I'm not sure if I like that liner with this lipstick though. I feel like this is a little bit more plum, and I was kind of wanting the lipstick to be more plum, but it's like leaning more red kind of. It is pretty though, and it kind of like goes nicely with the shirt. Okay, let me take down the hair, give it a quick brushing. I don't want to brush it too far down because, like, too far down the shaft, because I'm not trying to get rid of all of my curl, but I just want to like fluff up my roots a little bit and lay down my gray hairs that are a lot shorter than the rest of the hairs in my head. Okay. Did I do lower lash line mascara? No, but I feel like I should. This is such a vampy look. I feel like it can carry the weight of the lashes on the bottom. Okay. Okay, you guys, here is the finished look. Let me know what you think. Okay, let me take a really good look at it. I feel like it all came together really, really nicely. I'm looking at it in the viewfinder and I love the way the highlight looks with the eye look. I love the way the lip looks with my dark hair and the vampy colors in the eye look. I think it's really pretty. Had a lot of fun playing with this palette again today. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this palette. So far, I've really been enjoying this palette. This is my second look, yeah. So this is my second look to create with the palette. Let me know what you think. Let me just like sit back for a minute and give you a full look at the picture, the whole vibe. Let me know what you think. I love this palette so much. I feel like this is the absolute perfect palette for fall, and I really love the looks that I've gotten with it so far. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with some of these other like more, you know, yellowy golden shades. So maybe I'll do a look with that next time. But yeah, let me know what you think of the finished look down below. I look forward to chatting with you there. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much, and it makes me so happy. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed before you go so you don't miss any of my videos. Make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.